This video, we're going to go over the exponent rules, and we're going to actually understand where they come from rather than just memorizing. Before we talk about any rules, we need to remember what an exponent really is. Here is an example of an exponent. Now this does not mean 2 times 3. No, it means 2 times 2 times 2. It's how many times the base is multiplied by itself. Like how multiplication is just repeated addition, exponents are repeated multiplication. Everything we do with exponent rules comes from this idea. Let's start with the most common rule, the rule of addition. If we are multiplying two exponents that have the same base, we can add the exponents. A lot of students memorize this rule without actually understanding why it works. So here is a problem. X to the 4th times x to the 3. This dot represents a multiplication. This will just be x to the 7th. But why does this actually work? So x to the 4th will give us x times x times x times x, while x to the 3 will give us x times x times x. Notice that these two are being multiplied. And remember, exponents are just repeated multiplication. So in this case, we can rewrite this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So x to the 7th. And that's how we get our rule. Next, let's look at division. This rule states that if there are two exponents have the same base and they're being divided, we can subtract the top exponent by the bottom exponent. So if we have x to the power of 5 over x cubed, this will give us x to the power of 5 minus 3, which is just x squared. But let's see where this actually comes from. So the top we can rewrite as x times x times x times x times 1 more x. And on the bottom we can write x times x times x. From here, we can now cancel out our x's to reduce this. So we cancel this, and cancel this. Remember, division cancels matching factors. So we can rewrite this as x squared. And that's why we subtract our exponents when dividing. Next rule, raising a power to another power will just have us multiplying the exponents. Here's an example of this rule. So we have x cubed to the power of 2. This one confuses a lot of people. But one trick here is to think of the inner portion. So x cubed as y. So we can rewrite this as y squared. Now we can expand this easily and it'll just be y times y. Next we can substitute back in and get x cubed times x cubed. And since we already know this rule, we know that this will be equal to x to the 6th. And we can check that this is the same as saying x to the power of 3 times 2, which is also x to the 6th. So that's how this rule came to be. Next, we have rule number 4, which is anything to the power of 0 is equal to 1. This one feels weird at first, because intuitively, when we raise something to the power of 0, we think it should be 0. But let's use our division logic here. So we have x cubed over x cubed. And we can rewrite this as x times x times x over x times x times x. Now we can cancel our matching x's, but also remember that canceling out in division actually gives us a 1, not a 0. So actually, x cubed divided by x cubed is 0. And from 4, we already know that x cubed over x cubed is actually x to the power of 3 minus 3, which is x to the power of 0. So these two are actually equal. And this actually works for all numbers. Now let's look at our last rule. Negative exponents are just 1 over the exponent. This one is a little tough to understand at first, but let's think this through. Let's write the first few powers of 2 over here. So beginning at 2 to the power 0, we have 1, 2, then we get 4, we get 8. Notice each time we move up one exponent, we're multiplying by 2. That's nothing new. But the opposite is also true. Every time we go down 1, we actually divide by 2. Makes sense. Now, if we continue this down, let's see what we get. So let's continue this 2 down. So we divide by 2, which is 1/2. And then we divide by 2 again, which is 1/4. Do you notice anything here? 2 to the power of -2 and 2 to the power of 2 are very similar looking. One's 1/4, one's 4. These two are actually inverses of each other. We can get inverses by just doing 1 over the number. So that is actually true. And this is how this rule came to be. One mistake students make is adding exponents when the bases are different. So we have x to the power of 3 times y to the power of 2. There is no rule for this. And when we expand it, it's just x times x times x times y times y times y. Now, x and y can be any number, so we can't really predict what it's going to be. But the same is also true for division. So we have x to the power of 5 over y to the power of 4. This is no rule again. Here's the summary to help you with understanding exponents. Remember, these aren't shortcuts you memorize, they're just patterns that come from expanding multiplication. If you ever forget a rule, expand it. The rule will show itself. Now that you understand all these rules, let's try this hard question. Pause the video if you want to try this on your own first. So we have x to the power of 2 multiplied by x to the power of 5. We can just add the exponents and get 7, which will be x to the power of 7, and we have to the power of 4 over here. On the bottom, these are not the same base, so we can't add them together. Now, 7 times 4 is just 28, so on the top we have x to the power of 28 over x to the power of 6, the y to the power of 10. Now we can just subtract 28 and 6 and get 22, which will give us x to the power of 22 over y to the power of 10. And remember, we can't do anything more than this because these two have different bases. So this is our final answer. Finally, here's one really hard and challenging question for you to solve. Leave your answers in the comments if you manage to solve this.